How did I say all of that and y'all missed every word? Let me try that again. We're going to pretend that didn't happen. So, hi everybody. Welcome to the finale of Beacon Pines. We've been playing it for the last several weeks, and I think there's only like 2 more paths that we can pick through. So I think this really is going to be the finale tonight. So I'm really excited. I don't really want to keep it from doing its thing. So I do want to get started just as quickly as possible. Oh my gosh, that was loud. I don't know how loud everything is for y'all, so I will need y'all to tell me. Because for me, everything is either quiet or just non-existent. So I am going to get the game started. Please tell me whether you can hear the audio or not once it gets started. So, because I know there's like music in the background. The narrator may speak immediately. I'm not sure because we left off at the end of one of the routes. So we'll see where we pick back up. Okay, so we are picking up immediately where we were either going to weep or hum.
Ignoring his final plea, Gran flung the torch into the deep darkness.
The last time that we did this, everything like immediately freezes over. So we've seen this happen. We saw this happen last week.
She smiled and exhaled in relief. Mr. Nuncrete moaned in resignation. The torch echoed as it ricocheted down the hole, punctuated with a thunderous thud.
Can everybody hear the game? Are we good on the game sound? I don't know if it's coming through my computer or my headphones. Oh my god, I echoed for a second. But yeah, real question is, can we hear the game? Because that's going to be our
Before Gran
thing.
could finish, the ground shook her to silence.
I was going to do the voice acting there, but I'm more concerned about whether we can hear the narrator. Ah.
Gran only had time to spin around and run to Luca.
It's kind of quiet. Okay, I can bring her up.
Her attempt to shield him, an honorable but trifling act. Unflinching love, pitted against an unthinking horror. There was no contest. Her warm embrace.
Thanks, Stream Elements.
In an instant, that is where they remain, fixed in place, forever.
So this was one of the endings that we experienced last time.
The story ends in a town,
and basically, Gran decided that she was going to throw the torch in because we started crying. It was the route that I originally thought was going to be the real answer, but it ended up being the wrong answer.
We finally figured out where all the ice is coming from. Now, we just need to find a way to deal with a mystic, unfathomable force of nature.
So I think this is supposed to be one of the first things that you find. In our original, or at least in our last little bit, I'm gonna scooch myself over. I'm gonna scooch over. We're gonna scooch. Scooch. We're scooching. I'm gonna be over here. So when we played last time, we picked hum first because I really thought that weep was gonna be the right answer and we were just gonna cry and it was gonna do a thing. But it turns out that hum was the right answer. So, so far we've gone through, we did Windows to the Soul, which when we did Shame, we died. When we did Malice, it led to this next thing. So, in this particular pathway, we've ended up in the office of oh gosh, what is his pretend name? I wanted to say it was Sebastian, but I don't think it's Sebastian. So we ended up in his office, in the founder's office, and our dear friend has done something to so with a mischievous look, Beck elbowed Luca. Remember when I had the vial behind my back? I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little. The first thing we picked was Malice. Malice was actually the name of the whiskey in his office. So the whiskey turned him. We'll just replay that one just because, you know, I think this is our last 3 choices. So, the little Malice.
I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little malice.
Malice? The whiskey from his office? Yeah, that dude had an unfinished glass on his desk. Figured his grow juice could use a little hair of the dog. You can all call me Sharper Valentine.
His body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
Now, originally, he turned into Sharper Valentine. This time he seems to have exploded into confetti. So, the one where he turns into Sharper Valentine was another pathway. Now that's what I call 80 proof whiskey. Damn, dude.
The crowd gazed in stunned silence at the now empty stage. The quiet was broken when William Kerr sprinted off stage and into the distance.
Bye, William Kerr.
He was never seen around Beacon Pines, or anywhere else for that matter, again. Watching the silhouette of Kerr disappear over the horizon, Luca began to laugh. First, a low chuckle that became uncontrolled, heaving laughter. Through his tears, he was vaguely aware that the crowd had begun to laugh with him. The end.
So I am tempted to go back a step.
That was unexpected.
And get us back to this stage, because I feel like there's some context that's going to be lost for anybody who didn't catch the very end of our session last time. So since we've gone through this one again, what I may do is I may go back to Windows to the Soul and choose Malice again so we can get back on this pathway so that we can see what leads up to these choices. So now at any point I can just put a stop to that and just go forward and do the rest of it, but I think it will be a better experience if we get to those conclusions together. The other option would be we could just go through the final 2 choices and we could do just a full story playthrough from the natural beginning through the correct choices to the very end. But
there was a
I think going through the whole founder section again is going to be more beneficial. So we'll just start at this point. I'm talking over the narrator. I'm sorry.
Luca felt the weight of Nuncreed's hand on his shoulder. Something wasn't right. He didn't know why, but something was telling Luca to get out of there.
Now, we've definitely done this before. I just want this all to be over. Of course, I'm sure it'll all work out soon enough. Plus, if we go back, it gives us a chance to give Sharper Valentine a better voice. Or, well, Sharper Valentine. He's not really Sharper Valentine in this reality. I mean, he is, but he's not. It's complicated. Sorry, I was trying to stretch my leg, and it took longer than I thought it would.
Luca twisted free of Nuncreed's grasp.
I didn't read that out loud. I'm sorry. It said, I told Roxy I would check for Rollo at the treehouse, which is a lie. Of course. Luca, you know your dad and I were good friends back in the day. You can come to me with anything. His voice already made me tired. Anything at all. Got it, Mr. Nuncreed. Won't be doing that. Alright. I'm kind of wondering if I should go through this because I think this was a decent part of our playthrough last time, actually. It is a cool map. I wish there was a way that I could skip to closer to the end of this and start it there. But unfortunately, our only options are to just go dive deep into it. Since we kind of went through all this already, what I may do is I may just skip through as much of this as I can to get us back to the end of it. But I don't know if that's really going to be fun or necessary, so we'll see. We're still kind of playing it by ear. So hopefully we can get to at least kind of where we were. So we shouted for Rolo. We don't know where he is. We plopped down in our beanbag, and then, you know, we're kind of napping. We're going through this whole little thing. Unfortunately, I think this was a decent amount of last week's playthrough. So I don't really want it to be the only thing we do, you know? I just want us to get to where it makes sense to have done something to the potion, which feels like spoilers, but we just kind of did it again. Alright. Oh no, spooky music.
Chapter 5. Dangers.
Big and small. So I wish that I could go to these individual chapters. That way I could like skip ahead to like the end of chapter 5 and the start of chapter 6. But the game doesn't let me do that. So this is Rolo. And he is much older. So it's a problem.
Rolo proudly.
So, unfortunately, I think we may end up having to just jump back to the map and try out the other two options to see which one works. But that doesn't really feel very finale-ish, which is the only reason that I'm going through this, and I'm trying to go through it as fast as possible. And there's Beck. She shows up, scares Rolo. Oh my goodness. I should have done this off camera. I'm very sorry. I didn't think of it. I kind of thought that the choice was a little farther back. But it is not, so we're doing our best. I could put us on a short break and just do it in the background. But I like talking to y'all, so I feel bad for anybody who hasn't played this game with me just speeding through and not even reading any of them. Yeah. Now that I'm sitting here mashing the button, I really feel like I probably should have done this before I started the stream. I should have gotten it going and just had it ready on the side. But I didn't do that. So, yeah. Basically, Beck's mom, or one of her moms, is a researcher, and she's kind of being held at Perennial Harvest, and they've basically threatened to kill her as soon as the job is done. So we're speeding through so we can get to the next section, where we're gonna help Beck. Do. Lots of bananas. He said something about the top banana, and so Beck went on to explain that no, there's somebody above him, and that's the founder, so he's the even topper banana. So, we're heisting. This is officially a heist.
Chapter The Height.
Alright,
And
chapter
beneath
6.
It would be no small feat. A modern facility equipped with all manner of technology.
I'm sorry to anybody who tuned in and saw that skipping. We did do it last week, and I believe that VOD should still be active.
Not to mention
So.
the swarm of clipboards that would most certainly be scattered throughout. By the time the
Hopefully
sun
that
began to
wasn't
peek
too
through,
bad
this
for anybody.
could just work.
Hey Snorlax buddy, welcome in.
Would be used to prepare.
Although they haven't officially finished adding him, they did add Stitch to Disney Dreamlight Valley. So I don't know how to unlock him yet, but he is a character on the character list now. So he is one of the ones that you can access and see like what their favorites of the day is, and you know what your friendship level with them is, yada yada. So I wanted to tell you that, but I didn't see you on Thursday. So yeah, they finally have Stitch. It's really cool.
There was enough ill will and mistrust toward Perennial Harvest that allowed Luca back and
I think I'm gonna skip through a lot of this too, because this is gonna be all the setup for the heisting, and I want to get this episode going officially once we're actually inside. So
they each looked at each other.
we got a list to get through. So we gotta get Jeff to help us and Iggy. And Jeff is the weird old man. Iggy is the bully that splashed Beck and made her hair all messed up with the goop. Except I don't remember where anybody actually was. So here's Jeff.
Jeff weaved.
Hey, you hate Perennial Harvest. Help us out.
Looking into this, Jeff's brow, sensing Jeff's.
I don't think we actually picked all of these options the first time, but
Luca offered with a fur.
it's okay. We're speeding through it. This is the speed run. It's not a speed run. Please don't think of it as a speed run. I'm just trying to save my voice. Oops.
Iggy gave a Iggy considered. Luca knew that
Oops.
he tried. Iggy gave her. Iggy considered. A wild.
Okay.
Iggy glit.
Sorry. So you have to pick the right options between those, and I
Iggy gave a single tear.
messed it up. Wow. I messed it up because I was going too
Chapter
fast.
7.
All right.
A good heist requires preparation. And thorough preparation takes time. Something they had precious little of. So far, everything was in order. Jeff, Iggy, and Tish all agreed to do their part. Beck radioed Luca that night with a simple and covert message. We are locked and loaded on my end. And Rollo, after a lengthy confession, managed to persuade Roxy and Fitz to help. He
Nice.
stowed away in mission control for the night to avoid attracting attention.
Poor Rolo. He honestly gets
Rollo,
the...
being uniquely suited for the role, would
you know.
be the first to breach Perennial Harvest.
I wouldn't say the
Outfit
short end of the
provided by
stick,
Jeff wasn't perfect,
because he's very big.
but a convincing disguise is
But-
10% wardrobe, 90% confidence.
You hear that, folks? A convincing disguise is 10% wardrobe, 90% confidence.
Rollo took a few vigorous breaths and shook out his arms.
Shake out your arms. Shake out your arms, chat. Just stay calm, Rolo. You can do this. Got your delivery here. Delivery? I don't have anything in my notes about a delivery. One moment. I'm so sorry, but there's no delivery scheduled for this morning. Right.
He had to think quick.
That's because this goes directly to the founder. He asked that it be kept secret.
Rollo sighed, adjusting his tool belt.
You know how that founder can be. I suppose we can leave this one off the records. Now, I don't know that they are computer people, but there's like a horde of them. So, our harvest awaits and such.
With a stroke of his mustache, Rollo proceeded into the Perennial Harvest headquarters.
Mustache. Wow. Our harvest awaits. Package here for the founder. Oh, I didn't hear anything about. Yeah, this is a need-to-know kind of thing. I'll just check.
He stammered and flipped through the pages of his clipboard.
This goes directly to the founder. I don't have time to fill you in. Oh, I see. If you could just complete this form.
Rollo interrupted with urgency in his voice.
Every time with the forms. Look, if you want to explain to the founder why I'm late, well, it's your funeral. I'm sorry. What did you say your name was again?
Rollo panicked.
Our harvest awaits. Sir? That's a restricted area. Excuse me, sir. Our harvest awaits! Ready to light this candle, Tesh? Yep. Suck on this, Perennial Hamfest. Nice, fireworks. What was that?
The distraction was enough for Rollo to regain his confidence.
Just open the damn door. I've got a job to do.
The clipboard fumbled around in a frenzy.
I should check on that noise. Oh, come on. Just buzz me in already. Okay, okay. Just buzzed him right in. Nice. Phew. That was close. There's children in the box. Our harvest awaits. Hey, I figure. When in doubt, stick with the classics. Well, that was a close one. But you pulled it off. Nice work, Rollo. Alright, everyone knows what to do? Yeah, deep engineering is to the north. Oh, that accent fell away from me for a second. I'll go with Beck. In case you need some muscle. I'll head east to the founder's office. You two be safe. To the east. Boop. That's odd. There's not even any cups for the water. Wow, a doorway with a hall. Wow, another hallway. So many hallways. A hallway to nowhere. What's going on here? Is this some sort of mind game? So many doors. This whole place just feels fake. But of all things, a fake plant? Oh. Solomon? Oh, Solomon was his name.
Solomon stopped in his tracks.
Luca? What are you doing here? It's a long story. Are you okay?
A veneer of confusion flashed across Solomon's face. His words rushed out dramatically.
No, I am most certainly not okay. Some strange people grabbed me and... Were they in hazmat suits? Yes, how did you know? They brought me here and locked me up when they were distracted, I ran. Dang. Okay, you should stick with me. We've got a plan.
Solomon's facade briefly faltered.
We? Yeah, Rollo and Becker headed to deep engineering. Thank heavens you found me. We've got to get out of here. We can't leave just yet. But they'll catch us again. I've got to do something first. When you were running, did you happen to see a door marked Founder? Founder? Why are you looking for him? I'm not. I just need to get in that office. Now that you mention it, I do think I saw a door that said Founder. It was just done this way.
Luca happened to notice a plaque above the door.
Oh, this door we're standing in front of. Office of the Founder. Knocking comes with consequence. Oh, here it is. Nice try, Solomon. So it is. It's pretty lucky that I ran into you, or else I might have missed it. Truly fortunate.
Luca tried the handle.
Locked.
Solomon leaned forward to examine the mechanism.
Regardless, it seems to be some sort of electronic lock. Or electric, sorry. I don't see how we could possibly defeat a lock like that.
Luca smiled and looked at his watch.
Let's just wait a minute. Milady with a shovel. She just whacks it. I don't know what sort of funny business you're up to, but I like it.
She mimed a quick hat tip and ambled off with a whistle. The light on the keypad changed from red to green.
Nice. We tricked it. How did you do that? It's good to have friends. Quick, let's get inside before someone spots us.
Luca switched on his walkie-talkie.
Rolo, I'm in. As expected, there's a control panel. Great timing. We're stuck at a locked door marked 24601. Need you to get us through. What if someone catches us? We should get out of here. I'm not leaving my friend, Solomon.
On the computer screen, a green cursor blinked in a password field.
Surely you don't have a way to get around the password.
Luca pecked out his best guess. Underground secrets. The screen blinked to life.
Wow.
Columns of green
That
numbers
worked.
glowed on a black background.
How did you just guess that? Oh, it's this absurd password Rolo heard when he was down here before. It's funny how someone arrogant enough to call themselves the Founder uses such a basic password. Or they were thinking several moves ahead, not expecting anyone to guess something so simple. These villain types always end up outsmarting themselves.
Solomon's jaw clenched into a half smile.
He's so angry. He's so angry, chat. He's so angry. Your powers of deduction are as impressive as your luck.
Luca quickly scanned the columns for number 24601.
And I'm Javert. Rolo, I think this should do it. Bingo, bango, the door's open. Luca, you never fail to impress. What's that slippery lout even doing down here? We have a friend whose mom is in trouble. We've got to get her out of here. Or we're here to get her out. Let me just completely change the dialogue. I see. Okay, Luca, I think we're close. The next door is marked 13806. I wonder what that's a reference to.
Once again, Luca scrutinized the numbers
I
on
think
the
I said that
screen.
last time.
In that moment of distraction, Solomon reached forward and pressed a large red button.
Maybe this one opens the lock. Crap, we got company. Luca, must go faster. One sec, I can't think with all this noise.
He quickly skimmed the screen with his finger.
Welcome to the finale of Beacon Pines. We've actually done this before in our previous playthrough, but it made more sense to jump off from here than it did to jump off from the next scene. Here it is, 13806. Go, go, go! Curse these fumbling hands. My apologies, Luca. Don't beat yourself up. I know you were just trying to help. He wasn't trying to help, chat. He wasn't trying to help at all. That would have made more sense if I did this. I apologize. Aw, man. No water cups. Rolo! Their little feet. Rolo, are you okay? Do you, though? I do apologize. Rolo, come in!
Mr. Kerr approached with a sneer and spoke into his walkie-talkie.
You can turn off the alarms! They're trapped!
With self-satisfaction, he called into the hallway.
That, my dears, is a dead end. Nowhere to run! Rolo, where are you? Are you okay? Yeah, I think we lost him. Making our way back to Nellie's office. Okay, you two rabble-rousers are coming with us. Nope. Make a break for it. Did that little shit just kick me? Don't just stand there after them. Okay, I think that worked. Roxy and Fitz have them on a wild goose chase. They did. They did. It's actually one of the options. And some of the pathways, one of the options is shit. I'm having trouble following what just happened. Like I said, it's good to have friends. Rolo, how long do you think Roxy can distract them? How long can Roxy keep someone so pissed off they can't see straight? Let's just say we've got time. Entering Nellie's office now. Mom! Oh, honey, what did you do to your hair? I thought you'd be happy. I finally used the Young Chemist lab kit. You sure have a knack for making me incredibly proud in the most frustrating ways. We need to get you out of here. We? Who is your adult friend? Oh, I'm not an adult. Ever heard of a growth spurt? I had more of a growth spew. No, that's not possible.
Nellie leaned over to examine his teeth.
Substantial banding on the enamel of the molars, consistent with Tempest Lequamine exposure. I think last time I made her speak really, really fast, so I'm going to try to do that again. Is that what you call the gunk they forced me to drink? You drank it? Oh no. They told me it was only being tested on plants. Oh, Beck, sweetie, I promise I didn't know. Mum, what the hell is going on in this place? I was brought here to work on the discovery of a lifetime. A novel chemical compound was discovered under Beacon Pines in a wellspring they called the Source. They named it Tempest Liquamine. I think it's liquamine, actually. It pulls energy from its surroundings in order to fundamentally alter matter's relationship to time. It was a secret to Valentine's fertilizer. They harvested the source, infusing small amounts of Tempest Liquamine into the product. It worked wonders, drastically accelerating plant growth. Crops would be ready to harvest in a fraction of the time. But it led to complications. A foul harvest! Renewal Harvest came in to clean up the mess, to succeed where Valentine failed. But Tempest Liquamine is rebellious. Rebellious? You can think of it as a manifestation of change itself. It's volatile by its very nature. So the more you try to force it to do a specific thing, the more it resists, yes. I can relate to that. My role was to finish the work of my predecessor, Dr. Prescott. Harnessing Tempest Liquamine was incredibly manipulated to reliably manipulate an organism's age. I don't know what I was reading, but it wasn't the words on the screen. Just imagine how many people we could feed. Mr. Kerr was very insistent that we achieve a successful result before today's festival. Alright. Brain? Okay. Mr. Kerr was very insistent that we achieve a successful result before today's festival. But you didn't, right?
Nellie sighed.
You know how much I love a good puzzle. I poured myself into the problem. It wasn't long until I discovered oddities in Dr. Prescott's notes. Oddities? They contained obvious errors, mistakes that someone of his reputation would never make. So I fixed them and now I get to replace my entire wardrobe. I really am truly sorry. Those clothes were all hand-me-downs anyway. Sounds like Dr. Prescott figured it out, got cold feet, and intentionally sabotaged his own work. I had considered that possibility. I sent a letter asking him to clarify his thinking. Mum, Dr. Prescott is dead. Kerr had him killed. What? I overheard them talking about it on the radio. It's why we gotta get you out of here. Like now. Wait, the vial! I finally solved the chemical equation allowing direct control of aging. Mr. Kerr picked it up just before you came. All the more reason we gotta hightail it. Luca, we got Dr. Maudwell. We're heading your way now. Roger that. Be careful. Alright, everything's on track. And what's your plan for escape? We'll go over everything when they get here. In the meantime, maybe we can dig up some more info. Malice, 80 proof whiskey. A hard drink for a hard man. Wow, even his alcohol is arrogant.
Solomon muttered inaudibly.
I should just smother you right now. What's that? I said I shouldn't bother you right now. Don't be silly. You're no bother at all. Let's see what else this bad boy has on it. Security system, time card logs, payroll. You know, for being so evil, this guy sure is boring.
Solomon once again muttered under his breath.
Just you wait. Huh? Oh, nothing.
Luca tugged on each of the cabinets.
Locked. Dang, this must be the good stuff. They're all locked. Perhaps he's not as careless as you suspected. Got anything going on the desk? Looks like the founder was helping Kerr plan the festival. Why would such a secretive leader be obsessed with a party? Only time will tell.
Luca held his hand up to the ashtray.
Still warm. He must have been in here recently. Solomon, were you smoking? Sir, you are a child right now. You can't be smoking. Alright. I'm really sorry you got dragged into this mess, Solomon. You needn't worry about me. Well, I feel bad either way. We're gonna get you out of this, I promise.
With a subtle, quivering lip, a smile crawled across Solomon's face. They heard the trampling of frantic footsteps from the hallway.
Lock it, lock it, lock it! Bloop. Locked. That was close. When we left Nellie's office, it was already swarming with clipboards. We barely got away. Did they follow you? Oh, low. Before we start tossing blame around, is it possible someone ordered a pizza? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Definitely not pizza. What now? Don't look at me. I'm officially retiring from the heisting business. We're so sorry for the inconvenience. We just have a few quick questions. Just let me think. Can someone watch the door? Of course. Everyone else huddle up. Oops. I think this little caper has gone on long enough. Solomon, no! Hush now, child. The adults are speaking. Dr. Modwill, a brief reintroduction is in order. We've never met in person, but we have corresponded. You see, it was I who hired you. Solomon, the pathetic orphan child. The powerful, enigmatic founder. Sharper, the fallen progenitor who created this town. Perennial harvest, Valentine fertilizer. All connected by a single thread. Yours truly. But that's...
Her eyes searched the floor in thought. Solomon watched eagerly, waiting for the flicker of epiphany. With a sickened look, she peered into his soul.
Ha! Yes, now you've got it. Tempest Liquamine, you discovered how to reverse the process?
Solomon clapped with genuine delight.
Very good, Dr. Modwill. Very good. Though the discovery wasn't intentional.
Solomon glanced down, examining his youthful form.
The effects weren't a little too far for my tastes. That's why you needed me to finish Dr. Prescott's work. Which you did admirably. Mr. Kerr, the vial, please.
Kerr presented it with a theatrical twirl of the hand.
May I present to you the eighth wonder of the...
Before he could finish, Rollo snatched the vial from Kerr's palm.
Yoink. Wow, this stuff sounds pretty valuable. Be careful, you fool. You have no idea what you have in your hand. Actually, we do. You just did a whole evil villain monologue thingy about it.
Rollo casually tossed the vial to Luca.
How do you casually toss a whole vial? Oh my god. Gosh, maybe I'll have a taste.
Luca jiggled the vial mockingly.
Tease him. Luca, over here. Move another inch and I'll smash it.
She held it tightly behind her back. Solomon sighed, speaking in crisp, measured syllables.
You have no plan. I'll smash it, I swear. Fine. Risk killing us all. Or, if you're lucky, nothing happens. Then what? We capture you and grant you much less leniency.
He pursed his lips with feigned sincerity.
But I give you my word, if you hand it over now, none of you will be harmed.
A deep uncertainty washed over Beck.
You're a smart girl, Beck. But there's no shame in being outwitted by someone smarter than you. We both know there's only one way this ends.
She looked to Nellie shakily. With a dispirited nod, Nellie sighed in defeat. Beck slowly approached Solomon.
That's a good girl. Beck, don't do it. We can't trust that jerk. I'm sorry, he's right.
With apprehension, Beck conceded. Solomon pocketed the vial and brushed off his shoulder with a sharp flick.
Mr. Kerr, you have allowed yourself to be humiliated by a group of children. Report to my office tomorrow for a performance review.
The blood drained from Kerr's face.
Of course, sir. But first, you have a speech to make. Trot out there and give me the introduction I deserve. And don't forget to smile. Yes, sir. And to think, all of this is thanks to the efforts of Mr. Van Horn. I don't understand. How is this all because of me? Ha! I said Mr. Van Horn, silly child. Dr. Walt Van Horn. Your father was always a thorn in my side. I offered him an opportunity to be a part of something great, But the fool was blinded by righteousness. He even broke into my laboratory in an attempt to sabotage my work.
Solomon shook his head with gratification.
But the universe has a funny way of correcting course. By meddling with a force he didn't understand, Walt showed me its true potential. As fate would have it, Luca, your father's dying act was to grant me eternal life.
A muffled applause resonated faintly through the walls.
Well, that's my cue. After the festivities, my subsequent ascension, I will return to deal with you all. Until then, I suggest you use this time to reflect on the magnitude of your failure. You three, keep post outside the door. Well, crap. I can't believe Beck sold us out like that. Oh wait, wrong accent. Shoot. Pretend that didn't happen. Pretend that didn't happen. I can't believe Beck sold us out like that. I'm not sure she had any other choice. So what now? What's the plan? I don't have one. Of course you do. You always have a plan. Rolo. You just need some time. Rolo, it's over. We lost.
Nellie was staring at the floor, deep in thought.
Sorry, Luca. Give me a minute to calm my mind. Hey. I'm sorry, Luca. I did what I had to do. I know, it's just... we were so close. I've got a feeling that eventually Solomon will get what's coming to him. Time wounds all heals. Well, time seems like less of an issue for him now. Now we talk to the good doctor. Luca, there's something you should know. After Mr. Kerr locked me in that office, I had nothing but time and curiosity. I poked around a bit, hoping to find a means of escape, but I found something else. A note, hidden in a false drawer. What sort of note? Dr. Prescott must have, since his time at Perennial Harvest was growing short. So he left behind a letter, with the hope that it would be found by his successor. It was a confession of sorts. He left it for me, but its contents... Luca, I think they were meant for you. Why? What did it say? It was about an incident with your mother. Dr. Prescott found her in his lab with a stolen keycard. There was an accident. She had been exposed to extreme amounts of Tempus liquamine.
The color dropped from Luca's face.
Did she... Is she... She survived. Dr. Prescott decided to help her recover. He no longer trusted Perennial Harvest, so he kept her whereabouts a secret. Over time, your mother led him to reconsider the purpose of scientific discovery. Science is often at the vanguard of change, but that doesn't mean it's always right. He realized that no one should have control over something as powerful as time itself. I now believe that's why he began intentionally sabotaging his own work. And it cost him his life. That's a reasonable conclusion.
Luca was overwhelmed with emotion.
We know what happened to his mom. That was the other timeline. But if she's alive, where has she been? Where is she now?
A sudden explosion sounded from the hull.
Explosions! Nice.
Chapter
8.
Comeuppance. Ears still ringing, Gran picked herself up off the ground.
I have a feeling this is going to be a much shorter stream than we normally do, which is the other reason I wanted to back it up.
Through the dust and smoke, she looked over to see Mrs. Fratelli helping Hiram Tolliver to his feet.
Alright.
She'd had to beg, borrow, and steal to acquire those explosives. How many nights had she spent visualizing how she'd use them to make things right? And now, her one shot at destroying the source, that damned hole that swallowed so much of her life, was gone. Traded for this jagged hole in a wall and a foolhardy shot at rescuing Rollo. With Fratelli and Tolliver at her side, she stepped through. It was a strange feeling. The last time she'd stalked this maze of hallways, it was in a different body. They quickly rounded a corner to find a group of clipboards guarding a door. Something worth guarding is probably something worth seeing. She leapt forward, brandishing her cane. If her last chance at vengeance for things lost was truly gone, she would just have to fight to keep what she still had.
Whoop they ass, Gran. Hey, Gran, what are you doing here? Luca, what are you doing here? We're here to save Nellie. We're here to save Rollo. Hey, Mrs. Lucas Gran. That's awful nice of you. But I'm fine. Oh no. What did they... Gran, there's no time to explain. We have to go now. Come on, everyone. We've got a party to crash.
They made their way out.
Save the small talk. We gotta go.
Harvest, just as Solomon finished up his speech.
Thankfully, we can dispense with the formalities from here on out.
Solomon pulled a glass vial from his pocket.
We've got to stop him.
In one smooth motion, he downed its contents. A triumphant smile grew across Solomon's lips.
No! Well, I guess that's it. We're lost. I wouldn't be so sure about that.
With a mischievous look, Beck elbowed Luca. Remember when I had the vial behind my back?
Alright, we've done Malice, which was the whiskey. A little junk or a little change? I think I'm gonna go with junk. Because I don't know if there's really, like... I don't know what the right answer is, so I don't know if there's really a consequence for choosing the other one just yet. So I'm gonna go with junk. And it should give us the ability to step back even if this is the right one.
I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little junk.
Can't wait to see the look on his face when he realizes he drank his own cigar ash. How did ashes get into the vial? It was pretty easy to mess with the vial when it was behind my back. Oh, that's sneaky. Well, it's a bad habit anyways. Pa says bad habits are like 50-yard field goals. Huh? Hard to kick. Wow. You can all call me Sharper Valentine.
His body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
Oh. Well, that's one way to kick a bad habit.
As the last of what was once Sharper Valentine wafted into the air, the crowd began to disperse, still numb from what they had just observed. Sharper Valentine was gone for good. His end would be a new beginning for Beacon Pines. A new chance to let go of the things they had lost and grab hold of a new future. The end. Well, I'd be lying if I said that wasn't a bit gratifying. If that feels to you like a good note to end on, I won't stand in your way.
Alright. So now this is the final choice. And based on what she just said about the last one, I think this is probably our one. Because this whole game has been a story about change, so it makes sense for the ending to be change. So that was my logic in picking the other one first.
I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little change.
Like, pocket change. Your unlucky penny. Yeah, I plopped it into the vial when no one was looking. What's that going to do? No idea. That's the beauty of science. Now, we observe. You can all call me Sharper Valentine.
His body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
Holy crap, he's a baby? Yeah, but he's still Sharper, right? What he was no longer matters. This is an innocent child. I apologize for all the harm my father has caused you.
Eris awkwardly cradled the squirming child. She looked to her brother, her voice shaking with uncertainty.
Augustus, what do we... We do what Valentines always do. What must be done. I'll hurry home and prepare a crib for father or young Sharper. That would be a great help, thank you.
She looked back down at the infant with equal parts kindness and terror in her eyes. With a shake of her head, Eris addressed the crowd with a stern scowl.
Okay, everyone, the show is over. You may leave now.
Epilogue.
That was the ending? Huh. Okay. So instead of growing into himself, he reverted back to being a baby.
Beacon Pines' coldest summer on record came and went without much fanfare. Folks shared what they had, and none were left wanting. The new school year was ushered in by the falling leaves of autumn. After everything Luca, Rollo, and Beck had been through, middle school was bearable. The chill of winter didn't seem to bother people much. They kindled a hope for a better future in their hearts. When spring arrived, farmers planted their crops with a sense of joy and optimism.
Okay.
And as the dawn of the first day of summer came again, its light slowly spread through the shallow valley. It crept over the town square, across the river, past the neglected welcome sign, and came to rest on a young boy sleeping at dawn. His mind at peace, knowing he is here for a reason. Over time, Eleanor began moving Walt's old things out of the closet and into storage.
Okay, so he did find out that that's his mom. We just weren't privy to him finding out in this timeline.
Eleanor had moved back into her bedroom. And now that she wasn't sneaking out late, she even slept there most nights.
Oh, we didn't check anything in our room to see if anything said anything. I should. Aw, Gran's old bed. Rollo, are you up yet? Roger that. It's a beautiful day at Mission Control. You gonna swing by? Be there in a minute. What's up, Cube? I can explain. I hope. You reached one of the ends. Yes. So, we've actually gone through all of them. This one led to an epilogue. So this is probably like the canonical official right ending. So we reached the ending. Sharper turned into a baby. He went even younger. And then a whole year has gone by. So we are 1 year later. He's found out about his mom being Gran, or Gran being his mom, just older. Rolo's waiting for us at mission control. We're just kind of poking around the house to see like what's happening in the epilogue now. Oh, there's Gran, which is really our mom. Can't get over there. There we go. Mom, I'm ready to go now. You go on without me. I'll meet you there. I've got a batch of jam to finish jarring. It's funny. I only started making jam as a way to send messages without anyone noticing. But now, I enjoy it. Alright, so Mom got into jamming because she was being a spy. But now she actually likes it. Should we go outside? See if there's anything out here. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Oh, there's the book. So this was our very first spot where we picked our very first word. Let's see. Nice. Oh, he slid off the couch. That's so cute. Oh, come on. All right. So up here, that's where we got our first chew. So this is the great tree. That was our dad's favorite tree. And we did discover in one of the timelines that the original Beacon Pines had been moved. So the gravestone that was here didn't actually have his dad's body buried there. Hey, let me do the thing. What? Super cool. There's a lot of these like little visual spots, which I think is really neat. We didn't really explore a lot of them the first time, but you know. Heard you and Rolo have big plans for that little tree house. Yeah, it started getting crowded after we revoked the max capacity 1 Rolo, 1 Luca rule. So we decided to expand. At least we got some help with that. How's the internship at Nelly and Ilona's shop coming? It's been great. I'm hoping it helps come to the School of Agriculture up the state. I don't know what that actually said. Also, Nelly said she'd write a letter of recommendation, which would be huge. I just can't help but worry about leaving Rolo. He's grown up so fast, but he's still my little brother. Yeah, he had a heck of a growth spurt. I don't just mean grown literally. This morning he was up and finished his chores before I even had breakfast. Well, some of that might be his excitement about the treehouse renovations. Don't tell him this, 'cause it'll go to his head, but I'm really proud of that little punk. I'm sure he feels the same way, but he's just too dang proud to tell you. I know. Alright. So our best friend's sister has become an agricultural person. Working with Nelly. Hey Gus, how's the tree planting going? Couldn't be better. I'm so grateful to Ilona and Nelly for letting me help. I just wasn't built to be a mayor. Too much bureaucracy. Gus, we finished cleaning up the sidewalks. What's next?
When Perennial Harvest collapsed, most of the clipboards skipped town. But some stuck around and dedicated themselves to making things right.
Nice. Anyone with a knack for art can help paint the new offices. You can count on us. Well, looks like you really found your calling. I never really felt comfortable telling people what to do. Now this right here. This is something I can be proud of. It's kind of hard to talk at his pace because it's so much slower than I actually like talking. Just chilling by the river. It's so nice. This game is just visually so nice. I see you decided on a name. Yeah, we declare out all the old stuff before putting the final touch. Slow and Dirty Harvest is now official. I like it. It was actually Nellie's idea. There's still a lot of work to do, and the name serves as a reminder. Just because progress is important doesn't mean change should happen fast. In fact, I have learned that the more you care about something, the more important it is to take things slow. Our motto is, go slow and fix things. Amen to that. Okay, random dude. So the clubhouse is that way. Aw, come on. I thought we were gonna get to talk to everybody else. Okay. We'll talk to this guy real quick. How's the napping this morning? The most underrated part of a good nap is the view. And the view is getting greener every day. Nice. So we did all of this, I guess. Because we had done all of these, and we got all the little treasures for them.
Tied a shoe. What fish could
We already did this. We got all the treasures. Talked to our dad. We did them all. It was such a nice little section. A little higher. Yep. A little lower. Yep. Little higher. Yep. That was a lot higher. I'm telling you, the angle isn't the issue. We need more power to the radio. Luca, there you are. Would you tell him it's not the angle? Hey, I'm not in charge of antenna redesign. Fine, fine. Iggy, just don't do anything drastic until we get back. Who, me? Tish, you're in charge while I'm gone. Yep. They'll be fine, right? It'll be fine. If we really want mission control to turn into something bigger and better, we have to loosen our grip a bit. You're right. Lead the way. Checking with Beck at her house. Alright. I guess we should talk to this guy. Because we didn't talk to him. Luca, get this. I managed to reel in an actual fish this morning. Seriously? Yep, gnaw's to goodness. Flippin' floppin', swimmin' swammin', fish. I don't think I've ever caught an actual fish here. Been at least 7 years since I caught one. I'd say it's a good omen. What'd you do with the fish? I released it back into the pond. I'm hoping to catch it again tomorrow. I don't remember what voice we gave the fisherman, so I'm just winging that one. I hope that was an okay voice for the fisherman. Alright, there's a little milady. Young Mr. Van Horn. How's little Solomon or Sharper doing? Young Sharper seems to enjoy nature more than I, so we do a lot of strolling these days. Has he, you know... It
attempted to crawl out of his crib and plot world domination?
Yeah.
Thankfully, no. I spoke at length with Dr. Modwell, and she feels that Sharper's infant mind was not developed enough to retain his previous memories. For all intents and purposes, this child is unmolded clay.
Let's hope he's a little nicer the second time around.
That is the objective, yes. But really, all I can do is try and hope. Two activities I am endeavoring to find less distasteful.
Well, I think you're doing a great job. And the whole town is ready to help out however we can. I can't wait to teach him how to throw a baseball.
Eris did her best to ignore the tears welling in her eyes.
That would be acceptable.
Aww.
Closing her eyes, Miss Hatch took a deep, relaxing breath.
Aww. She's been reading the whole time. Oh, hello, Luca. How are you? Really good, actually. That's wonderful. Did I miss anything? I think you're pretty much up to speed. That was nice. We're just like trying to find everybody now. You want a biscotti? On the house. I don't really have time. Seriously, gotta come see this. I finally did it. I pulled the perfect espresso. Aw, Lumi. If I didn't know better, I would think you're proud of something. As if I... No! It's too late. You're now officially a person that cares. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. How could you care, Lumi? How? Lumi was very laid back, and we didn't really give either of them voices. And I don't apologize for it, because I don't know what to give them. Alright. Now we've got... Who are you again? What's today's news that needs knowing? I'll give you tomorrow's headline today. Our old friend Patrick C. Montesquieu, which was William Kerr's actual name, aka William Kerr. Oh, see. Just performed a stirring rendition of The Iceman Cometh at the State Correctional Facility. I hear there wasn't a dry eye in the house. Well, I guess he has plenty of time to work on his craft. So he went to jail. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Probably for the murder. Dawn, are you in there?
Yawn. I'm glad you saw